right, we are live here for Northside versus Jones. It is senior night for women's basketball 2024. We're very happy that you are joining us today. I'm Ellis Corda.
And I'm Pearson Strangles here as always. Tonight, like we said, women's basketball senior day. All the seniors are out here starting. Claire Lyons, Hepsi Adeoye, Caroline Wilson, Maddie Reed-Horn, and Emily Wojcila. It's also Poms senior day. We're likely going to see the Poms and cheer squad at halftime as usual. So congratulations to all the girls. Like we said, this is Jones versus Northside today, Ellis. It should be a close matchup. Jones is the best team in the lower conference, and the White North Conference. So Northside's the second lowest team in the top Golden Conference. So it's going to be interesting how these teams line up, because they're definitely going to be playing each other next year.
Absolutely. As Jones had the ball right here, it is 0-0, no score here, about 6.5 minutes left, and that's going to be a turnover taken away. Claire Lyons gains the possession, looking for some help as some tough defense there by Rachel Scheller. And here's Emily Wojcila. Here's Maddie Reed-Horn, back to Wojcila. She goes inside there, and back to Reed-Horn at the top of the key. Now finds Claire Lyons. Claire Lyons trying to drive, can't find anybody. Caroline Wilson now. Wilson, back to Lyons.
And Ellis, we already see the two usual starters, Natalie Geenan and I think that's Sela Newcomb, right? Both of them are going to be coming on, assuming for Emily Wojcila
And actually, it's going to be Maddie Reed-Horn and Claire Lyons that check out.
So those are actually usually starters, so it's interesting.
Yeah, interesting coaching decision there. It seems like he's trying to give some reps to maybe some people who don't always start, and then bring in some other starters here, as here's Geenan. Geenan goes long to Caroline Wilson. That was a nice pass. Good vision there. And can't control it there. A lot of turnovers so far. How can Northside stop these turnovers?
I mean, honestly, again, it's still 0-0, so it's not too big of a deal, but honestly, just making better passing lanes. Jones isn't playing that well. So really, for Northside, all they really need to do is just, once they control the tempo, like we said for the boys, and for kind of all games we've kind of been at, it's all been about controlling the tempo to start off the game, and then it's kind of just starting off running from there. As
that was a shooting foul on Northside's Hepsi Adeoye. That's her first foul. She's their center. They need her to do well so they can control the paint inside.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Hepsi's key both as a leader for this team and just as the top rebounder. Obviously, she is the top rebounder in school history with, I believe, 486 rebounds just this year alone. So she's been super key for them on the boards. And so today, they're going to need her to be strong on those boards, especially against a team where she does have the height advantage against all of these Jones girls.
So Jones are employing this full court press, which Northside have definitely struggled with so far this season, is they're going to call a foul. I think that is going to be on Nia Griffin, number 1 for Jones, and Northside will inbounds. But obviously full court pressure is difficult to overcome, but they really do want to get into that transition game as Sela Newcomb draws the foul. Newcomb will go to the line, and a chance for Northside to score their first points. Good job by Sela Newcomb there to get into the paint and try to score a bucket.
And yeah, for Sela Newcomb here, it's going to be just key. Just make these free throws, tie the game up, and you're right back where we started.
And her first free throw is clean.
Yeah, I mean, we saw some of the last women's games we've been at. Natalie Geenan has been very key for this team. So along with the seniors kind of coming with this leadership, it's going to be also key for Janine to get in her room.
It's good to see such a full house here for senior day. I mean, for the last time we saw such a full house was men's basketball against Vaughn, and that game was, pretty close to 50-50 in terms of who they were rooting for. A lot of Vaughn fans, but here it seems to be a heavy Northside crowd. So good to see that Northside support. As a tough jumper there, that was Sam Bendersi with the jumper.
Yeah, Northside's really struggling with this full court press a little bit. I would honestly just say they just need to pull people back and just move up as a team. That's a good move right there.
Newcomb couldn't quite get the finish. A scramble for the ball, and it looks like Jones are going to come away with it. Now trying to push the tempo here. Here's Griffin. Griffin inside, into the lane, and it's blocked. Hepsi couldn't control it, though, and it's going to stay with Jones. But some transition defense there by North. It looked like they were in a little bit of trouble, but good job getting back.
Yeah, for sure. And again, for Hepsi, it's not just about getting those rebounds on the boards. It's really about hitting that ball on the boards with the blocks. And so you like to see that today. And with Jones, honestly, this is kind of like a prove-it game almost for Jones. They've already locked up the conference championship for that White North Conference, which means they will be moving up to Northside's conference next year. Lincoln Park will be going down. They have not won a conference game So for Jones, they're 10-0 in that local conference, but if they beat this Northside team, which obviously we're rooting for, but if that is the case, they can kind of put themselves and settle themselves in as like a true conference team. For Northside, it's just key if they can beat Jones, that kind of secures, maybe makes them feel more comfortable going into the next season, that they can stay up in conference. And also, we like to see some of these younger girls getting in, as they're going to be the leaders of this team next year.
For sure. Driving into the lane, a foul there. Rachel Shetter will go to the line a second time. How key is Rachel Shetter going to be for them? I mean, she's the only one who has close to the height that Hepsi does. So they're going to need her to have a pretty good game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's going to be between the two centers here today. They're going to be key for both teams. Both teams are relatively small, and so playing that type of, both on defense and offense, just leveraging that height and leveraging those battles, those are going to be the key ones for whichever team is going to come out on top today.
Absolutely. As Shetter hits her third free throw, she's 3 of 3 from the line so far this game. And here's her fourth. That one rings off, and good rebound there by Hepsi. Oh, but she loses it, but Selanukum there to the rescue. So now Northside, for the first time in a few plays, can run like the offense that they love to run, that full court offense, without having to worry about full court press.
Here's Wojcila here. And yeah, it's good. Sheila usually just comes off the bench, so it's nice to see her getting a start on her senior night.
As Newcomb's pass to Hep down low is too strong. Northside give it away once again.
Yeah, honestly, I'd just say right now Jones has a lot of momentum, but that momentum's really coming from free throws, so it's not really like super driven. It's more so just like they're leading right now. Northside still has a chance to turn this around like within these next 3.5 minutes or so. But that's going to be key to kind of get that rhythm back, and that's a great three right there.
Yeah, high arcing three by Sam Badursky. And they've had a couple opportunities from beyond the arc this game, and they haven't been able to convert yet, but they finally do. It's 10-2 now with 2 minutes left.
It's a reach and foul on Sienna Williams.
And she's going to check out of the game, and she will be replaced. That's number 4, Kylan White.
Yes, this is still a single-digit deficit, Ellis, so it's definitely within reach. But Northside just has to figure out how they're going to handle the full court press. Because if they can get down past half court and kind of open shot for Wojcila.
She can't quite hit. Hepsi, nice rebound there. Good reach, and her shot is blocked. So Jones can take it the other way once again. Here's Kylan White. In transition,
Good defense.
Hepsi with yet another rebound. She's definitely been really good for them, getting some of those tough rebounds. She's into the lane. Couldn't get it.
Oh, great play from Jeanin.
And her back attempts won't quite fall. Bodies everywhere, but
Hepsi tried to save that. That was a good effort right there.
as here's Nia Griffin. Griffin
Good
gives it up. That's going to stay with Jones once again. So obviously some of these out of bounds calls not going Northside's way. But
yeah, I mean, it really has to be like, with this like single-digit deficit, it's still, you can't really say like, oh, it's the reps or something. It really just has to be, they have to like kind of like take ownership of what they're being given. And so right now Jones seems like really into mid-range and like longer range shots, especially giving it to Sam Bendersky. That's number 2 for Jones.
And Rachel Shetter with the finish. She now has 5 points today.
And yeah, so like we said, it's going to be the centers, and then maybe these key players on. That's a reason foul again.
Luke did a good job splitting 2 defenders, and they had to foul, or else Northside was going to have the player advantage on Jones' half of the court.
And yeah, that was a foul on Nia Griffin, reach-in foul. Actually, she's checking out as well. So it seems like head coach for Jones, Anthony Catris, is very focused on once you get a foul, you're out of the game.
As Rosie Kahaman will check back into the game.
It's an interesting strategy, but that's another block. Wow. Yeah, I mean, Northside, I'm surprised Coach Henderson isn't calling a timeout here. I mean, they kind of just need to stop this momentum, because it's not that Jones is playing that much better than Northside. It's mostly just that Northside isn't getting any of these like kind of luck-based things that go in their way. That's a good play. I saw Newcomb. Yeah, like that right there. That's a good play from Northside. Defensively, Jeanin and Hepsi Adioye have been playing well.
And just a little bit of miscommunication under the basket between Maddie Reed-Horn and Sela Newcomb, which led to that shot, I think, not being able to fall. But
that's another block for Hepsi.
Yep. She's having a very good game so far. I think she's probably been Northside's standout player. They haven't had a whole lot of production from anybody else.
Her and Jeanin have been playing like the most like motivated defense here tonight. And they have to take it away for the rest of the Eagles.
And not a lot to write home about so far offensively, but hopefully that will change for the Mustangs. Nice layup into the lane and a good reach there. That was Rosie Common, I think. Now here's Pepsi. Pepsi into the lane. Couldn't handle it, and Sella Newcomb has it again. Newcomb back to Jeenan. Jeenan now to Newcomb again.
Wilson's looking for that ball there.
Yep. Yeah, I'd be interested to see if they can try to get Caroline Wilson involved because she had a quiet game so far.
Here's Newcomb.
Just nothing there for Northside.
Oh, down to Caroline here now. 24 seconds left.
They really needed a bucket there to end off the quarter strong, and they don't want to give something up here. Just get out of the quarter, have a refresh.
10 seconds left here. Yeah,
Kylan White.
Yeah, you don't want any shots here. And if there is a shot, cannot be open.
Bendersky. It's an air ball. And Jones back, but the buzzer has already expired. So 14-2, a rough quarter for Northside.
Yeah, unless I just say, honestly, defensively, Northside's actually been good despite the score. I'd say more so what Northside needs to focus on is kind of getting in the offensive rhythm now that things are said than done.
14-2 Jones.
And yeah, as you heard Tyler right there, it is 14-2. So, I mean, you still have a sizable deficit, but it's also not like it's not within reach. So you got to think that Coach Henderson is kind of talking to the girls and kind of talking them through how they can get past this full court press, because I think once they can unlock that part, like getting to the next step in their offense, it'll make it a lot easier for them to run the plays they want to run and get points on the board.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to take a timeout. We'll be back at the start of the second quarter. You're watching NCP TV.
All right, and we're back at the start of the second quarter again. Northside's down 14-2 against Jones. Here, obviously, I'm Pearson Stranquist here with Else Quarter. We're on the mic. We're also joined with a similar broadcast team as usual. Obviously, to my left, we have Alex Korn, who is producer and technician. Shrutik D, who's on scoreboard, also on tech. We have Justin Goldberg and Patrick Moran on statistics. We have Amin Koya Oyafuwa, who's our sports psychologist here today. And we have Ryan Feeney on camera here today with his brand new tripod, so I'd like to shout that out. He was pretty excited about that, and we're excited about it too, to have some new tech and some new equipment here. As Northside kind of starts up again, missed shot there, but again, that's what you like to see, kind of getting back into the rhythm, getting shots up. That's going to be key because Jones has way more shots and way more rebounds. So if Northside can kind of even that out a little bit, it would be a lot better for them, especially as we see some of these Jones girls, like they're airballing. It's not necessarily that Jones is playing better, like I said. It's more so just that they're getting things to fall, and that's kind of what Northside needs to start doing. I mean, it goes without saying, but that's going to be key.
And they call a reach and foul as three defenders converge there on Rosie Kahaman. And here's Sam Bendersky. The three off the mark and almost rebounded by Northside.
Good hustle play there from Kylan White for Jones. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be key. Not only does that have to be good defense, but also it seems like Kylan White, we already talked about some of the other players, Triciana Williams, Tori Smith, Nia Griffin, Sam Bendersky, and especially Rachel Shetter. I mean, all of these players are going to be key for Jones, so they have a lot of threats.
And Rachel Shetter is a pretty significant mismatch right now on Natalie Jeenan, so it would be interesting to see if Jones try to exploit that.
Yeah, but honestly, Jeenan has been playing good defense, not letting them bully her at all, which has been very good. That's been key for Northside, and she's going to have to set that defensive tempo, especially with Hepsi Abioya off the court right now.
Yeah.
Additionally, with Jones, it's kind of like when they get contested shots, they're not putting up good shots. They're like quite literally airballing them. So I'd say if you can keep just good contested woman-to-woman defense, that's going to be key there.
And I mean, right here, for instance, like Jones just haven't been able to get anything good off, and now they do. And the three is in and out, and Sella Newcomb will bring the ball up. So, yeah, great defense there. That's exactly what you said, Pearson. I mean, they didn't let them have any open shots until the very end, and they just played with an intensity that we haven't really seen. an awkward shot from Maddie Reed-Horn there. It looked a little bit rushed.
Yeah, I mean, Maddie Reed-Horn is going to be key here from range. Obviously, she's their resident sharpshooter. And so it's good to see her get the shot up, especially as she got off the court at the start of the game to give Wojcila some more minutes on her senior night.
Has Benderski there thought about the three, instead took the jumper
Newcomb
and
has
missed.
Kels Broderick there. Oh, Newcomb's just going all the way around.
Broderick hits it. That was Caroline Wilson.
Yeah,
Apologies.
Caroline Wilson. And so Caroline Wilson finally gets on the board. We talked about this in the first quarter, Ellis. She is going to be key offensively for this team. It's good to see her finally get on the board.
I mean, if they can get her going, they can really get into this game.
And so, yeah, that's her second attempt, so she's 1 for 2.
Smith's floater won't quite fall.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I'm going to say Northside ball. Rachel Shetter couldn't come down with it, and Shetter looks winded right now, but she's not going to check out yet. Instead, it's going to be Sam Bederski who checks out.
Chloe Behen comes in. So, yeah, Sam Bederski comes out. So that's actually kind of a good news for Northside because Bederski has been kind of key in terms of making those shots. But again, we saw when Northside played tough defense, they were not getting good shots. And that's a great pass from Natalie Janine.
Wilson will try again. Can't quite hit it this time. Same spot.
Oh, what a
She
nice
hits
shot.
it. Good rebounding there. I mean, they got the ball to fall kindly off the rebound, and Maddie Reed-Horn punished Jones right there. The lead is down to 8. So Northside a little bit of momentum for the first time in this game, and the crowd is starting to get into it a little bit more.
You like to see that. Just like a good quick shot from Maddie Reed-Horn, getting that key offensive rebound there, and now this game's they're right back into it.
They give up
That's
an
another
open
thing
look.
that works. Yeah, I mean, even there where they kind of left a little bit open, kind of scared them from behind with a little bit of a shout. So I'd say, honestly, anything that works to kind of spook this Jones team is going to be necessary.
Yeah.
Interesting shot from Janine.
They're definitely going to need to get the crowd into it as Kels Broderick fights for the nice rebound, but they're going to call it travel. She didn't quite get the pivot foot down in time.
And
It's going to be
Shetter as well.
Shetter's probably been Jones or one of Jones' best players. So Jones really leaning into that second unit here with 4.5 minutes left in this half. So let's see if Northside can gain a little bit of momentum. I mean, they're going to be playing against fresher legs, but at the same time with Northside starters still mainly in the game. That's kind of what they want. Here's the three. That's well offline. Wilson trying to get the rebound. They're going to call it jump ball.
Possession arrow goes to Northside.
The Mustangs retain the ball here, and Sela Newcomb will bring it.
Now that possession arrow switch, so next one of those plays would go to Jones. But yeah, I mean, Northside now is kind of slowly moving down the deficit. Something interesting I've seen here, Alice, and that's a good shot.
Wilson couldn't quite hit it.
But yeah, I mean, something interesting I've seen is that Jones isn't running that full court press they started the game with. A good defense.
And that seems to hurt them. I mean, it seemed like they were much better off when they were running that, and Northside was really struggling. And that's going to be a turnover. Good defense there. Chloe Behan couldn't handle it.
It's an interesting choice from head coach Anthony Catchers. I mean, I don't know if maybe some of their assistants had something to do with it. I don't know what they're seeing, but that full court press was really effective for Jones. And obviously for Northside, that's good that they're kind of getting past that because that's something they were kind of struggling with early on in the game. You got to take what you're given. So, I mean, good play by Sela.
Man one. What a play by Sela Newcomb. I mean, she seems like she's so much more comfortable in that offense where she can bring the ball up instead of being rushed with the full court press.
And man, Ellis, what a great play from Sela Newcomb there. I don't really know what Tyler said. I don't even know who that is. I don't know who's on the mic there, but enthusiastic. And she can't get the and one to fall. Oh, good play.
And almost a turnover. Some nervy rebounding by Jones, but Chloe Behan will bring the ball up now. Tipped, and Northside almost had it. Northside really playing with a lot of defensive intensity. And the crowd's really getting into this. I mean, you see over there, I think that's Kevin Adu and Owen Amir Arjuman who are standing up and really into this game right now.
Yeah, good to see that the men's team is coming to support the girls. I'd say, honestly, for Northside, just keeping up this defense and especially just taking obviously great play there by Sela Newcomb, but just getting those open looks and just driving to the paint. That's going to be key for Northside, especially with a lot of Jones starters out.
Absolutely. Let's see if Northside can keep up this intensity here.
Broderick got beat.
And the layup doesn't fall. Interesting decision to kick it back out, but as the three-point is a brick. So Jones have hit a couple three-pointers, but everything else has just been bricks or air balls.
It seems like a lot of that was a good shot, and she doesn't even make it.
I mean, Jones have gotten cold from the field. There's another three, and that one doesn't go either. No commentator curse here.
That is six offensive rebounds in one series, Ellis.
I mean, and this is where they really miss Hepsi because a lot of these she would have been able to rebound.
and
Wilson
finally-
comes down with it. North side can
Finally,
escape.
A rebound for North side. Yeah, I mean that was a crazy series right there. Jones was chucking up shot after shot after shot and wasn't hitting any of them. So honestly, North side has to take advantage.
Here's the fast break. Salanukum commits the foul. But you got to say that missing so many shots in a row, but getting those offensive rebounds, is that more demoralizing, or is it just getting all those offensive rebounds? Does that kind of make up for it?
I mean honestly, I'd say Jones is killing them on the offensive boards honestly. So with
As Maddie Greenhorn checks out and Eliza Roth comes in.
Abioya comes back in, and that's going to be key. I mean, she's the key rebounder. I mean, maybe that's one of the reasons why they weren't getting a lot of those offensive rebounds. So now that Hepsi's back, and of course, right as I say that, they actually finally made the shot.
Tori Smith there hits the three.
But yeah, that's going to be key. Just getting, the key for this team is just winning on the boards. And so if they can start to do that, they'll be right back into this game. And
I think Salanukum is going to be going to the line here.
yeah, they called a shooting foul. It's unclear.
No, they didn't call a shooting foul.
It's unclear what the call was because he pointed.
I think they called a personal foul in the end, but yeah, unclear.
Yeah. Either way, yeah. So Northside will retain possession inbound the ball. Natalie Jeanine is coming in with that ball. Salanukum wants it.
Gina has to give it to somebody. Here's Caroline Wilson. Wilson trying to work in the paint. Puts up the layup, won't fall, and rebounded.
Oh, they might get possession now.
And they're going to call a foul. That's an interesting call. It looked like Caroline Wilson had her hands on the ball there.
You can't complain, but also at the same time, maybe some of these calls have definitely favored Jones.
Wilson's body language now looking a little bit frustrated after that call, and Kylan White will bring the ball up. So Northside had a little bit of momentum, but that three-pointer really just felt like it seemed like it killed it. There's a three offline and rebounded nicely by Natalie Jeanine.
Yeah, I'd also say for Northside, I'd like to shout out Liza Roth also checked in. That's number 11 who's kind of running. So they're kind of going a little bit smaller.
Roth
trying to,
for three wouldn't go.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think they're just trying to match, maybe get a little bit faster than Jones and try a different approach. And it seems that Coach Henderson just called a very patriotic play.
USA.
So we'll see what that type of play is. It looks like the ball is trying to go to Salanukum. And wow, I'm surprised she did not get that off.
Didn't quite work. Give it to Roth though in the corner for three. Hit it.
And that's a 2, I think.
Oh, that's a 2. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, that was a 2, but that had to be like one of the most line drive shots I've ever seen that swished. I mean, it was just a total line drive into the basket. As the ball is tipped out into Northside's bench. Yeah, Jones has the ball.
Yeah, that was assistant coach for Northside. That was Fabian Sanchez with that nice little assist to the ref there. Yeah, for Jones, they're going to play it slow. I mean, they're still up by 7 points, but the momentum's in Northside's favor now. So it's just going to be key for them to actually start making shots. But if Northside keeps playing this defense, it's definitely going to be tough for them.
And obviously you want to end the half with some momentum. Maybe get another bucket here just to bring it within a slightly more comfortable distance here. Inside there.
Yeah, they're not giving anything.
Nice double team. Yeah, I mean, this combination, they have a little bit of a height advantage right now, and it's really working. A mismatch there, though, and the floater in the paint won't go. Hepsi with the rebound.
That's what they were missing before. So Hepsi with the key rebound.
Roth is the hot hand right now. We'll try it. Nope.
Nuka for 3. Oh, just off.
Much higher arc on that one than Roth's
kind
last
of like
shot.
polar opposites right there. Oh,
Jeanine with the steal. Does she have enough numbers to go for it? She stops.
She shoots. That was still a great play by Natalie Jeanine. I mean, besides Hepsi was off for a little bit. Oh, good defense there. But another rebound for Jones.
Just crashing into the boards. And Jeanine with the rebounds. Good play there.
Jeanine's been key on the rebounds, on steals, defensively. If she can get an offensive rhythm, this is going to be very key for Northside. Caroline Wilson at the buzzer.
Airball, and that's the half. So 17-10. Pearson, your final thoughts of the first half?
I mean, yeah, Northside's definitely in this game now. They're only down by 7 points. That's less than what they were down after the first quarter. I'd say it's kind of key for Northside. Sorry, we just kind of had some technical difficulty there. But yeah, it's going to be key for Northside. They've been playing much, much better. I mean, they've been forcing bad shots. Jones, I had to say their probably shooting percentage was quite bad in that second quarter.
Yeah.
So if they can keep playing that lockdown defense and forcing up bad shots for Jones, they'll easily come back in once they get in an offensive rhythm. As we're going to move the camera around to feature the NCP Poms cheer squad on their senior night.
We'll be right back. You're watching NCP TV.
Whose phone is this? Alright. It's at 16%. Is that fine? Sorry? Just give it back at the end of the game. Will do. You don't need it?
All right, we are back for the second half of Northside versus Jones. It is senior night for the Mustangs, but they are down 17-10 at the half. Still very much within reach here. I'm Ellis Corda for NCP TV. I'm joined by Pearson Strandquist here as the teams get ready to start the third quarter. And Jones got off to a really good start in the first quarter, and then they were up 14-2 at the end of it, but Northside came storming back in the second quarter. So let's see if Northside can continue that momentum and really get into this here in the third quarter. So 17-10 is the score as we begin here. And Kylan White will bring the ball up.
And so yeah, Ellis, it's going to be key. That's
White's three. That looked clean, but it was just a little bit too long.
That's defense. That's a miscommunication. Wilson wasn't looking back, and
Here's Torrey Smith. Jumper, no good. Hepsi with the rebound.
Yeah, that's the type of thing that can happen. That was an unforced error right there. Just got to pay attention on the fast break, after the rebound to get past their kind of like half full court press, half zone almost.
As Geenan thought about the three, forced up an awkward shot there.
Yeah, it seems like each time they go down to the court, Jones does something different on defense, which might be their strategy. So it's just going to be key for Northside to not let that like fool them. And that...
It goes in and out. It looks like there's going to be an easy layup. And Sela Newcomb will bring the ball up.
That was a very interesting sequence right there. That was supposed to be a shot. I think it'll count as a pass, but...
Geenan trying to hold on to it, gets wrapped up. Possession is going to go to Jones.
Yeah, that's the possession arrow. Oh. Yeah, it's going to be Northside ball with possession arrow.
Or they call it a foul. Because it should have been Jones' ball.
No.
The inbounds pass is messed up, and
the ref put the arrow, so the possession arrow now goes back to Jones.
Oh, okay. Here's Sela Newcomb. Kind of a wild start to this half.
For three.
I think that was going to be a long two in the end. Her foot was on the line, and it'll go out of bounds.
Yeah, it's good to see the seniors kind of back in here. Dylan, Reed Horn, Hepsi, Abioya, and Caroline Wilson. Caroline's is the only one on the bench right now, but she's got minutes at the start of the game, so.
It's a really frantic start to this half. Newcomb fouled. Sela Newcomb has shown an ability to really get to the free throw line, and I think most of the players on their team have not done that so far. So let's see if Newcomb can convert these free throws.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, Maddie Reed Horn is kind of their sharpshooter for Newcomb. She's the one who's willing to drive into the lane and kind of give up her body and just be physical and get into the paint, even at smaller size. And she also hits her free throws. So
she's a very good free throw shooter. as Rosie Kahaman will check into the game.
And yeah, so I mean, for Northside, it's just going to be key for each of the players to kind of stick to their individual roles. And if they can all gel together with those individual roles, I think they'll be pretty easily get back into this. I mean, already now they're only down 5. So I mean,
this is the closest the game has been in a very long time. Kahaman, and she'll go to the line. Oh no, they're going to call an offensive foul, I think. They're saying she pushed off.
Yeah, I think they're going to call a charge right there. That's number 30, that's 31. That was Kahaman. And so yeah, if you're kind of wondering why Triciana Williams keeps coming on and off, she already has 4 fouls in this game. That's number 24 for Jones. And so she is a key starter, but she has not been playing much because of that. And it also seems like Jones's coach, Shantae Catras, has kind of instituted if you get a foul, you're out of the game.
Yep.
Not necessarily out for the entire game, more so just at least out for a couple plays to kind of get your head back. And that's
trying to cool your team off, I think.
Exactly, yeah.
Newcomb takes it herself. Wow, nice finish.
Newcomb has been the key player here tonight for Northside Ellis. I mean, we talked about Natalie Jeanin and Hepsi Abioya on the boards and defensively, but on offense, it's all been Sela Newcomb basically for this Northside team.
Newcomb has most of their points so far. Newcomb has 8 points. Team has 14, so you can see what a big role she's had. And I think she got tied up. No, they're gonna call a foul, another foul. So Jones is starting to get a little bit careless, and you can with these fouls, and you can see that their coaches are really getting into this game a little bit more, trying to get their team to step up.
Yeah, and I think they called a Northside foul actually. That again, very unclear from the refs. Oh,
Maddie Reinhorn got hit in the face. She looks a little bit shaken up. We hope she's okay. And the 3 is good. And Eliza Roth will check into the game for Maddie Reinhorn, who will walk off.
That looks very unfortunate. It's a very unlucky bounce. I mean, she was basically looking to get that. Hopefully she's okay. I think she might just have. We're not even going to comment on that. Just hopefully she's okay. No serious facial injuries.
So it's back to a 6-point game, but still very much within striking distance. Newcomb driving, finds Wilson. It looked good, but it was a little bit short.
Yeah, I mean, again, from Northside, they're only 6 points down, but they just need to start hitting their shots. I mean, it can't just be Sela Newcomb as much as we'd want that to happen. Everyone kind of has to play the role, and so far, we need to find someone else on this team who will step up and take an offensive identity.
The 3 in and out, that 3 would have been huge for Jones. I mean, they'd go back up 9, and that would really be... That would be big.
And yeah, Coach Henderson calling for some assistance for Maddie Reed-Horn, so we hope she's okay. Hopefully,
seems like...
Yeah, hopefully it's just the type of thing where it's iced up and it's all good. Yeah, Jones back with the ball here, still down 6. Both teams have kind of had a quiet quarter, as this kind of game has been, to be honest, which is kind of akin to how closely matched these teams are.
Nice rebound there by Eliza Roth. She might be the shortest player on the court, but there she rose up and got the board.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, she's like...
Newcomb couldn't quite finish that time.
I'm surprised they didn't call a foul.
Yeah, they've called those fouls earlier this game for her, and now Jones wide open, blocked by Hepsi. Hepsi came storming in there, and they tie him up. I think they're going to call it... Oh, they're going to call a foul. They're going to call a foul at number 2 for Northside, but what a block by Hepsi. She saved an easy layup.
Yeah, so it's going to be a reach and foul there. But yeah, I mean, just, again, that's the type of thing, the tempo, right? I mean, Hepsi playing that good defense, kind of like saying no to any of Jones' kind of like bad sock selection and punishing them for that.
And that's where you send a message to the team like, hey, we're playing with this defensive intensity and we're going to keep it up. And a block there. It'll stay with Northside. And I think Coach Henderson's going to take a timeout. No, we're not. It looked like he was motioning for a timeout, but I think he's calling the play that they're going to employ.
Yeah, I think they're waiting. I wonder, maybe it's USA again. That was an interesting play call.
It didn't work last time, so let's see what happens. Gives it to Hepsi. Hepsi gives it right back, but Wojila tried to take it away, couldn't quite do it. And Jones and Tori Smith.
Rachel Shetter and Hepsi again, key blocks just defensively. And yeah, you can see Jones trying to they want a good shot. Oh, that was wide open.
Nia Griffin.
Yeah, there was kind of some miscommunication. Emily Wojcila switched off and no one switched back on. Yeah, that's the type of thing that you kind of can't let happen. Defensively, what's been key is just if they're contested, Jones has basically made 0 contested shots.
Roth hits it. An immediate response, and they needed that. I mean, 9 points at the rate they've been scoring is going to be very hard for them to
Yeah, so
make
I mean,
up.
honestly, as long as you don't leave Jones open, it seems like they're not effective at all. So it's just key not letting, especially now as it seems like Nia Griffin's back in her groove. You can't leave her open as she's proven there that she can shoot well. And
That was, I think, a shot that got blocked and tied up, and they're going to call it travel. So a lot of these, there have been far more than what we've seen in the past. There's just been a lot of tie-ups here. And a lot of that is Caroline Wilson getting under the basket and
that looked like a pass.
working really hard for the rebounds. Hepsi gets fouled. Did a good job bodying Rachel Shetter out of the way, and Hepsi will go to the line for 2. So a chance for Northside to get a little bit closer here, chip away at that deficit as it's 7 points. I think that's roughly akin to what it was at the start of the half.
Yeah, I mean, kind of Eliza Roth has actually brought a lot off the bench here today. I mean, even if she got some key shots as well as honestly just like being a presence, the fact that she got a block there as literally the shortest player on this court is just a testament to the effort and hustle that she brings to this team and that she puts in, which has been key kind of like energy for this Northside team.
100%. And she's had a few difficult defensive rebounds too that she's added on to that. So just really good play from her all around tonight. And Hepsi's second free throw is also off. So Hepsi fails to capitalize on the free throws, and Jones will take it the other way. Nia Griffin into the lane, and another travel. 2 travels in a row, and these turnovers have doomed Jones in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, turnovers and honestly just fouls. I mean, yes, again, Sela Newcomb's just kind of proved that she can drive and just take the contact. But at the same time, those are like the careless type of things that has allowed Northside back into this game. The thing is, Northside just has to capitalize on these miscommunications and also some mismatches, especially in terms of the paint.
Roth fighting for it, and there's a lot of these tangle ups. There haven't been a whole lot of foul calls. The refs definitely letting this be a very physical battle.
That's a steal for Emily Wojcicki.
Good play by her. She tries to take it quickly, almost stolen back from her, but hangs on to it, and she'll give it back to Sela Newcomb to kind of slow this
That's a good
tempo
play
down.
from Emily Wojcicki, just proving like on her senior night that she can take like control and be a key member of this team, which she has been off the bench. But it's nice to see that she's starting this game and doing this, having that kind of same effort and momentum that she's bringing.
Here's Roth. She's had a really good game for them. I would say as a nice layup there, Emily Wojcicki.
And there you go, right as we talked to her, maybe it's a reverse commentator's curse for once. Yeah, that's good to see. She finally gets on the board.
She's had a good game, especially defensively. Eliza Roth, really big for them offensively this game, provided a couple of timely buckets. And then Sela Newcomb has definitely been their standout player.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, everyone on the court right now has probably been the key players from Northside. Those 3 you just talked about maybe more offensively, and then Jeenan and Hepsi just defensively have been key.
As Jeenan ripped the ball out from her opponent's hands, but they're going to call a foul on her.
They called a call. They said 2 threes. That's a foul on Hepsi Abioye.
Jones to inbound.
Yeah, so now this is a 5-point game loss with a minute 40 left. Northside definitely has a chance. I mean, they have all of the momentum right now. I think after Eliza Roth got that block on Nia Griffin, ever since then, Northside's kind of controlled it. I mean, maybe even earlier in this quarter, I'd say. But they just need to keep that up, keep that momentum, and keep forcing bad shots from Jones. Like, Griffin's trying to get open because...
But Roth is just really playing good defense. Hepsi with the rebound.
Yeah, and again, it seems like Nia Griffin open, lethal. But when she's contested, she cannot hit a bucket. And that's been kind of the story for today.
Newcomb into the lane, wouldn't go. And
Good
Jones are going to
hustle
take it
from
fast. Yeah. Jeenan had to get back there quickly because otherwise Jones were open. Here's the shot. No good.
And another...
Weird play there, and that's going to get put away. I think that was
unclear
Shetter,
what kind
right?
of happened there, but yes, I mean, now Jones takes back a 7-point lead, which is what they were at the start of this quarter.
Yeah, both teams have really played each other even. This quarter, I think, in the first quarter, all Jones. As Sela Newcomb, nice drive into the lane and the finish. But second quarter was definitely Northside's. But this quarter, I think, still up for grabs here in the last 50 seconds. If Northside can get another bucket, I think this has definitely been, like, they're going to finish strong and really be set up well. And a turnover. Newcomb.
I think Hepsi got a block on that. So that's going to be a second block for Hepsi Abioye. I think she tipped that. And comes on. But yeah, as you're saying, Celia Newcomb's just been driving, and it's been really effective for this Northside team. And like you said, if they can get a bucket here, it's a game for sure. I mean, if it hasn't been already, even more so.
I think they're going to go to Newcomb again. Yep, they do go to Newcomb. Newcomb guarded closely, trying to find some space. She's really made a living driving into the lane this game. That's been her primary shot. Wojila. Back to Roth. Roth missing out of it slightly at first. Gets it back. Newcomb finishes.
Yeah, I mean, Newcomb's just swimming between this defense, Ellis. They cannot really control her. She's already at 12 points today.
Big bucket for Newcomb. It's a 3-point game here. Let's see if Jones can finish with some momentum. As Coach Henderson yells out some instructions, the 3, airballed, and that's gonna be the quarter. Northside finished really strong. They're well set up for a fabulous finish to this game, 25-22.
It's a one-possession game, Ellis. Anything can happen.
You're watching NCP TV. We'll be back after this. We are back live here for the fourth quarter. Both teams coming out of this timeout. Pearson, what do you think the coaches are saying to their teams? What, especially Jones, because they had a much longer huddle.
I mean, if I was coaching them, I would say to start that full court press again, because ever since they've gotten off of that, their defense has been kind of unseen almost in terms of like getting like effective like steals, forcing turnovers. For this Jones team, it's more so just about like trying to get open. But I mean, Northside's been playing such good defense that's going to be hard for them. I mean, for Coach Henderson, I would really say get the ball to Celia Newcomb. She's the hot hand today.
Wojila, it's kind of Henderson calls a timeout, so Northside are going to retain possession there. Smart timeout.
And good play from Emily Wojila to just keep possession there.
I mean, when you have 5 timeouts, you might as well take them, and only 14 seconds into this quarter.
And we're going to bring Amin Koya Oyafua here just to bring his thoughts on the game. Amin, what do you think Northside can do to kind of maybe close this out and get back with the lead?
Yeah, I think the best thing they can do for themselves right now is making sure that the ball, like they keep possession of the ball and not slipping up with a few plays. They're playing a really hard-fought game. Like they've been down some, then they came back. So I think all they need to do right now is like keep pushing, like the way they have been in the last quarter. And this game should end the way they want it to.
And you said you were thinking a lot, maybe like psychologically. So I mean, what do you think the girls can do mentally to stay strong?
Oh, I probably just like staying in the game. You know, they've been down quite a bit, and then they've come back. So I think mentally, like what they gotta do is like make sure they believe they can win, and they will. You know.
For sure. Thank you.
All right, we are back here now for coming out of the timeout. So bringing the ball up is Jones. The wide open 3 rattles out, but it's going to stay there. And I think number 22 there, that's Rachel Shetter, got hit in the eye, it looks like, but it seems like she's okay.
Yeah, so that was unfortunate. Kels Broderick maybe didn't need to touch that, but either way, just keep playing that good defense, no open shots, and they'll be fine. And yeah, as Amin said, it's just kind of about keeping that mentality there, and just keeping that defense, keeping possession.
They go for the double team as Nia Griffin now, trying to
smart.
find...
I mean, Shetter's been their smart. Shetter, and then right there, obviously in that quarter, I think that's number 10, Tori Smith. They've been key, and that finally falls for Jones.
I mean, it was a matter of time until she hit another shot.
Yeah,
so here comes Newcomb.
Yeah, I mean, they need to get a shot off now. They need to be back. They need to make this a game early because the more time that goes on the clock, there's just less time to try to get back.
Wide open, Broderick finishes it. Kels Broderick gets her first bucket of the game, and
that's
it's a big
good.
one.
I mean, earlier, like we said, maybe a few mistakes rebounding, maybe didn't want to get touched there, but she makes up for it there with a good, nice bucket in clutch.
Quite the mismatch there with Griffin and Roth, but Roth really doing a good job holding her own. It's going to be another jump ball. This time the possession arrow points to Jones.
Good effort there by Wojdila to try to come again.
And in a game like this, it's big the Northside gets the possession back.
Yeah, for sure. Like Amin said, they need to keep possession for them. Like we said, again, it's just making sure they don't get an open shot like that one. But luckily, and again, offensive rebounds. Those are the two things that kind of killed them this game.
Yep.
And so if they can prevent those things from happening, they'll be in a lot better shape. Again, just another offensive rebound.
I mean, maybe they're going to bring Hepsi back into this. I don't know, because something's going to have to change.
Ellis, it looks like he called it, yeah. I mean,
Yep.
they're seeing that they're getting all these rebounds.
And Caroline Wilson. And I mean, those two players at the post have been just massive for them.
And and Wojdila finally comes off in a great game so far for her. I mean, she's really been showing out on her senior night with this good effort and hustle, and it was good to see that she got a bucket on the board as well. But yeah, I mean, Caroline and Hepsi are going to be key just from a size perspective to try to get these rebounds.
Here's Griffin. They don't want Griffin to shoot. And the three-pointer in and out. So Jones have shot a lot of three-pointers this game. They've made 4 three-pointers, but Jones have shot, I think, 22. They're 6 for 22 from beyond the arc. I mean, that's a crazy percentage.
I mean, I'd just say honestly, Ellis, this is a testament to Northside's defense. That is what's kept them in this game. Even when they've had their offensive struggles, they've stayed into it because they play good, strong defense. But yeah, I mean, again, I think earlier right there we saw a foul that was Rachel Shetter with the over-the-back foul. It's just if you can box them out, that's what you're going to force Jones to do. So if you can keep that, again, Caroline Wilson and Hepsi just leveraging their size, that's going to be key for Northside, because if they can lead, again, another contested shot, nowhere close. That was another try for 3. That was Nia Griffin.
And Selanukum will go to the line here. They just keep fouling Selanukum whenever she goes there, because it's the only way they've been able to stop her from scoring this time, and she's been good on the free throws.
It's kind of been going back and forth. I mean, again, Nia Griffin, when she's open, she was hitting. Ever since then, she's not been. I mean, she keeps chucking up 3 after 3 because obviously it's pretty clear that that's their game plan to get to her the ball. But I mean, like you said, Alice, their percentage has been quite bad as Selanukum hits her first of 2 free throws. Yeah, I mean, this is a 2-point game now, which means that Northside right now is even down. It seems like they're the better team controlling the tempo. So again, just controlling, we keep reiterating this. Playing lockdown defense and just getting those rebounds is what's going to be key. I mean, we saw earlier in the game that series where they got 6 offensive rebounds. And that was
the 3 is good. Nia Griffin hits.
And like we said, you need to contest that type of shot. I mean, again, it's easier said than done, but I mean, it's what's kept them in this game. It's what's hopefully going to help them maybe come back in this one.
Wilson thought about the 3.
That's a Roth.
Oh, it was close. Rebounds, not quite.
And yeah, I mean,
they needed that offensive board to go.
They did.
Long pass. Jones trying to stretch the tempo.
Oh, good. Oh, that's unfortunate. That was a good play defensively. I think someone got a tip there right back, but luckily it didn't matter.
And Roth got a good rebound. Going to stay with Northside here, and Northside have a chance to slow down the tempo a little bit.
Oh, and Amir Archibald with an assist to the ref.
Let's see if the crowd can get into it here a little bit. The cheer team's definitely trying to help them get into it, but they haven't had anything to celebrate too much lately in this game.
Here's Natalie Jean. She's been quiet offensively. That looks like a foul. Wow.
Yeah, there's been a lot of this referee crew has had. I mean, obviously we don't want to criticize the referees, but there have been a lot of contact plays in the paint that they just haven't called for either team. I mean, it's been balanced.
Yeah, it's the type of thing where, I mean, if you're going to call a balanced game, you can accept that. I mean, there's certain things, certain refs have different styles. If they're going to allow more contact, you also just have to take that. Like Hepsi right there, she's using that. Right? She knows that she has to take the contact because maybe they're not calling as many fouls on these larger players trying to shoot. So it's more so just about taking advantage of that. And if they're going to that's another open. Yeah.
Then the 3 is good. And like you've been saying all game, Pearson, they give them maybe 5-6 feet of space, and they're going to hit these shots.
Newcomb's trying to drive back to Nally June.
Let's see if she goes back to Newcomb. I think Newcomb should just drive it into the paint here.
Yeah, I mean, that's been the most effective thing for Northside. I mean,
And it's knocked away. Northside keep the ball.
6-point deficit. We have 3 minutes, 37 seconds left. I mean, it's going to be a tight game here. And what Northside needs to do is they cannot allow these open shots. I mean, if you take away those 2 open shots, then it's a tie game, right? But even with that, it's more so about they need to get a bucket here. Oh, that was a good tip pass by Jones.
And the throw is they're gonna keep it in. I think they're gonna call a timeout here for Jones.
Yeah, and you can see.
Jones is the
It's like number 22
Yeah, you can
on
see
Jones. Rachel
assistant
Shetters
coach,
a little bit.
Michael Strock there
That's
giving
right.
the high fives to Jones girls. Yeah, I mean, Coach Henderson for Northside, and maybe team manager Luis Delgado kind of just have to talk about to this team that, like, again, you can't leave those open shots. That's the first thing. And as Amin kept reiterating, you have to keep possession. Like, on these boards, you want to. I mean, Jones has had so many offensive rebounds. Northside kind of needs to start getting some of their own. Because, yeah, I mean, you can't expect to hit every shot, but with a 6-point deficit here, they need to maybe get within a one-position game, maybe get a 3 or an 1 from Sally Newcomb. If I was Coach Henderson, I would say coming out of this timeout, obviously Jones is going to have the ball. So it's going to be very key for them. Jones is going to be playing it slow, although at the same time, they checked up shots when they didn't maybe need to. But that's what you want. You need to force them. You want to make them feel like they need to shoot that shot. Make them feel like they have no time. And that's going to be key, hopefully, for Northside on this kind of like last push.
Yeah. And Northside does have 4 timeouts, so they can stop the clock, because obviously the clock doesn't stop when somebody scores a
I
basket.
think Coach Henderson's kind of trying to save them, maybe. Because it's very possible that this game could come down to the last shot.
Here's Griffin. Griffin, guarded closely by Newcomb. Turnover forced by Geenan. Good defense. Let's see if Geenan can finish at the rim.
Whoa.
It's stripped away.
Wilson with the steal.
They're going to call a jump ball on Northside and get the ball right back. Caroline Wilson once again gets in a tussle under the basket and comes away with possession.
I mean, great play by Nally Geenan to get that steal right there. Again, we said defensively, Geenan and Hepsi Adioye have been key for Northside, so they just need to keep that up. I mean, obviously they listen to whatever Coach Henderson said to them.
These inbound passes have been challenged. You know, I mean, Hepsi was open there, but I think just a little bit of a mental error, and Northside don't throw it away.
Yeah, I mean, that was a 5-second call. I mean, there's nothing else. I mean, for those, we actually haven't had many of these on the broadcast. Essentially what that is, you have 5 seconds to inbound. There, Geenan just couldn't quite get the ball off in time. Yeah, there's it's a 6-point game. They're still in this game, 3 minutes left. Again, they just play good defense, and they just need to limit the errors.
They're going to call an offensive foul there.
That was a moving screen right there from Nia Griffin. I mean, yeah, we've kind of seen Nia Griffin off ball has been much, much different than Nia Griffin open. So, I mean, it's like kind of the type of thing where it's kind of like night and day. So you just need to kind of expose that. You want her to take... Oh, Sal Newcomb just right down.
And gets blocked. I think they wanted a foul. It did look like that was not the cleanest of blocks. If from the sound of it, it more sounded like hand on hand than hand on ball.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Again, we talked about this referee team before. They're allowing a lot of contact, so we can't really say much about that. Northside still retains possession, which is what they need. Oh, and here's Eliza Roth.
She's going to the line. So 6-point game, clock stops. 2 minutes 45 left.
Very key free throws here from Eliza Roth. I mean, I don't want to put too much pressure, but I mean, you got to think she's feeling it. But yeah, you got to think she's feeling like a little bit of pressure here. But I mean, listen, it's only a 6-point game. You get these 2 free throws here, maybe play defense, and then the next shot makes it a 1-possession game. It's kind of just like playing it play by play, shot by shot. And actually, they're not going to call a shooting foul anymore. They've reverted to a reaching foul, I believe, or a personal foul on Jones.
And a little bit of confusion about the substitutes there. I think Rosie Kahaman came into the game.
Yeah, Nia Griffin stays in. I think she thought she was coming off.
Newcomb for 3. Off the mark. Northside could really use a 3 right now. Jones are going to have the ball back. And, I mean, if Jones scores one more time here, this game might be just about over. An 8-point game would be...
Yeah, I mean, it's been very clear. You can hear Coach Henderson was talking to assistant coaches Aaron Borhon and Fabian Sanchez, and they were basically just talking about cannot believe some of these calls. I mean, again, Northside still has a chance here to make that not matter, but it has been a little bit frustrating for kind of both teams, I'm sure, where there's a lot of inconsistent calling. And you can see Fabian Sanchez and Borjon kind of talking to the refs, asking them what their thought process is behind some of the calls. And yeah, you can hear the crowd is getting involved.
A little bit chanting from the crowd. Good to see them getting into this. Let's see if they can help carry Northside to a victory.
And yeah, you can hear that's Kevin Adu and Owen Amir Archulon leading that chant. Yeah, I mean, Northside has a chance. 2 minutes, 40 seconds, 6-point game. And yeah, I mean, you got to think that, I mean, maybe hopefully these last 2 minutes 40, after a little chat with the refs, maybe a little bit more consistent calling. We can't guarantee it. Main thing, Northside can't think that way. They can't think, what haven't we been given? They just have to think about what can we give to ourselves, essentially. So that's going to be key for this team. As I'm not actually sure who, it's going to be Jones' ball.
Yeah.
And again, as we kind of have a little bit of break, again, one more shout out. Obviously, I'm Pearson Strankos, Dallas Corda. We have our producer technician Alex Korn to my left. Sure to the other technician for the scoreboard on the right. We have Patrick Moran and Justin Goldberg on statistics. And Amin Koya Oyafua, again, we have our third analyst type person. And then obviously Ryan Feeney on camera. With 2 minutes, 20 seconds here. I mean, oh, that's great defense there. Oh! And yeah, I mean, that's a good choice for Coach Henderson. I mean, great play by Sal Newcomb. Gets the steal, gets the possession. And now Northside gets to start a play past half court. So, I mean, this is going to be very, very key.
This is a huge possession. I mean, Northside obviously love a 3, but if you can't do that, you got to really get a 2.
And yeah, man, just to appreciate Sal Newcomb's stat line. I mean, 4 steals, 1 assist, 12 points, 4 rebounds. I mean, just great game from Newcomb leading the way for this team. Yeah, and so I just like to see maybe with these 2 minutes left, it's going to be interesting to see what play they won. Obviously, Jones' coach is probably telling them double team Newcomb, do something to stop her. So either
somebody else is going to have to step up here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, at the same time, it could be the thing where you just try to drive quickly, draw a foul. But with a 6-point deficit, it could be very likely that Coach Henderson wants to go for a 3 here to narrow it down to a one-possession game.
And if you're not going to give it to Newcomb, I would think that Coach Henderson would be tempted to give it to Jeenan because she's probably been their second best player out there right now. Especially somebody who can shoot the 3. Jeenan now.
And yeah, right there. Oh,
looking for help. Wojula thought about the 3 and gets the layup.
That is clutch right there from Emily Wojula. I mean, she has been very key for this Northside team.
What does Tyler do?
And he was trying to start little the drums. Yeah, they're trying to start some drums, maybe some chants there. I mean, Northside now, this is a 4-point game. Really, they just need to keep playing good defense. If they get the ball back, their next shot in is a 1-possession game.
Jones actually have the ball. I think Northside are giving it away. So they're trying to get a turnover here.
And yeah, you can hear the crowd really getting involved here. That's going to be key for this Northside team. It's such a close game.
Oh, layup is good. That might be the dagger. 1 minute 37 left. Northside have to go very quickly here. Newcomb gonna go for the 2. Pepsi couldn't get it, and I think Pepsi will go to the line for 2.
These are going to be key free throws here, Alice, with 1 minute 30 left. You're down by 6 points once again.
And you would think the strategy here should be make the first, miss the second, and hope you get the rebounds.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think that's something that Coach Henderson probably told the girls ahead of time that in this type of situation. Maybe he even shouted it. We'll see what Pepsi does here. First free throw.
Nope. She's 0 for 3 on free throws today. So
yeah, Coach Henderson's just trying to figure something out, figure out what his strategy is going to be with 4 timeouts left.
She misses the second free throw, and it's rebounded. That was not an intentional miss.
No, that's, I mean, for Northside, they need to get a stop quickly here.
Jones can ice the game with a bucket. But it looks like Jones is going to take their time. Griffin goes out wide.
And yeah, that's number 4, Kyle White, has been probably their best player from range. So you just got to stop her from getting... Or sorry, that's Nia Griffin.
As Kahama gets fouled. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, I think
What's gonna
maybe their
happen now?
Kahaman was kind of maybe almost the weakest link here because their main starter, Sienna Wilson. Oh,
And it's gonna stay with Jones.
yeah, Sienna Wilson already has 5 fouls here. So, I mean, obviously Jones just doesn't want her to get any more. Actually, maybe that means she fouled out, actually, with the rules at high school. But yeah, that's why Rosie Cohen's on here today.
And it's going to be a turnover. Very lazy passing there. Northside are given a lifeline by Jones. I mean,
Yeah.
Jones just had to dribble that out.
A minute left. I mean, you got to think it has to be a three-pointer here. I mean, I hate either a three-pointer or you want to play either with Wojtyla or Stella coming. Those are the 2 players who have been hitting shots.
They have to inbound quickly. They do. Gives it to Jeenan. Jeenan drives and gets the roll. It's a 4-point game, and the crowd's starting to get into this. And they're going to foul.
That's a
I think
smart foul.
they have some fouls to give.
That's a smart foul. It's a smart foul. Just stop it. Again, you're hoping they get it. They're trying to. I'm assuming they're going to try to force either Kahanen or Torrey Smith because both of them.
You don't want to give it to Griffin.
You don't want to. And
They do give it to Griffin, but let's see if they foul her.
interest. And yeah, they foul her. I think they were just waiting, maybe try to get a steal. And at this point,
I think it's 1-1, right?
yeah, indeed, yeah.
Yeah, so they're in the bonus right now. So they make the first free throw, they shoot another one, they miss the first free throw, then it's a live ball. So let's see what happens here. Obviously, Northside with a few fouls before Jones going to the double bonus. The crowd making some noise, getting into it a little bit as Nia Griffin, number 1, Jones' best player, will shoot her first free throw. She misses it. It's not 1-1, I guess. It's immediately the double bonus.
I think they're in the pure bonus, yeah. Maybe something to do with the amount of fouls in the first half. I'm not sure. And she misses both.
Hepsi the rebound. It's a 4-point game. Northside can take it fast. Here goes Newcomb. Newcomb drives and is fouled. She's going to go to the line. She's going to shoot 2.
Oh, this is clutch, Ellis. I mean, 45 points. And yeah, that's key. Nia Griffin missed both. Was affected by the crowd. And yeah, Selenuka, I mean, she's been key for this team. Obviously, she's 5 for 7 in free throws, and the crowd's going to go quiet here.
Newcomb hits her first free throw.
And the lone lame Jones fan fails to hurt. I mean, Nia Griffin obviously is no Selenuka here.
And she hits the second free throw. It's a 2-point game. Timeout.
I'd like to say, I mean, that's kind of a weak effort there from the few Jones fans who are here. And Selenuka is unfazed. A 1-possession game, 45 seconds left. And now you don't want to foul here. I mean, at this point, you just want to play good defense. You have time.
Griffin now. She's going to take it fast. They got to foul her before she shoots, and they do. They do foul her. So Griffin will shoot 2. Let's see if she can make a free throw now, because if she makes both, this game is a 2-possession game, which is not what Northside want. They can give up 1 free throw.
And you'd like to see, hopefully this crowd can get into it again.
Emily
Obviously-
Wojtyla will check back
It's
in.
affecting her mentally. I mean, obviously, the crowd has definitely probably affected Griffin a little bit here as she finally makes one. I mean, what goes into that for the crowd noise to affect these shots?
Oh yeah, I mean it's really distracting when you're trying to take a free throw. These type of things they take focus and they take patience. So like crowd noise really factors into these shots. So yeah.
And he misses the second free throw. Newcomb can tie the game here. They will tie the game with a 3. Jeenan to Wojtyla. Drives, and it's a turnover. Somebody,
I was surprised
and
they didn't
Griffin
call
gets
a
the
foul.
ball back.
That should have been a foul.
And finally a foul. But
That should have been. That was.
a costly turnover, and Griffin can ice the game at the line. Griffin just has to make 1 free throw, and this game is nearly over. They're going to call a timeout.
Unclear what the refs are signaling for.
I get timeout.
No, but I mean, they're a little bit of confusion. I mean, I think Northside has 1 timeout left and Jones has 4. So, I mean, yeah. Like Amy was saying, the crowd noise may have a factor. They had a chance there. I was surprised they didn't call a foul on Emily Wojtyla. It looked like she was kind of hit there when she was trying to attempt that pass. But either way, I mean, this is still a key possession.
Yeah.
I think you try to steal it. If not, you foul.
You would think they'll go for a double team to try to get that right off the inbound.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point, I mean, you look at these kind of free throw shooters. You don't want it to go to Sorry, I'm just trying to gather myself. I mean, you don't want to go for Sam Bernardsky. You don't want to go for Rachel Setter, both who have made consistent free throws. Nia Griffin obviously made 1 of 4 right there. I mean, maybe you try to get the ball to her, or you could try to get the ball to one of the unknown players. Maybe Rosie Connor. Even though Kylan White has not had any shots, she's been pure from 3. So
Yeah. And it's Griffin who's going to shoot the 2 free throws. Northside break their huddle. And Northside are going to bring back out Jeenan, Newcomb, Wilson, Abioya, and Wojila.
I mean, yeah, this is gonna be key, Ellis. I mean, can the crowd affect Griffin here? You gotta hope so.
Here we go. The crowd getting really loud as it's been all night. The first free throw, in and out.
Okay, I mean, Ellis, you gotta hope for this. I mean, Wilson and Hepzibah Abioya have to be locked in if she does not make this shot. You cannot have an offensive rebound here.
The second free throw is good. So Northside have 1 timeout left. They got to score very fast here, foul, and then score again if they want to win this game. Here goes Newcomb.
They need to get a shot off.
To Wojila.
They need to get a shot off. They need to get a shot off. They
gotta
need
get
to get a shot off. That was
It's anybody's ball, and Jones are going to win this game. 2 seconds left, and it will be Kahanen who goes to the line for 2.
I mean, this is just unfortunate, Alice. I mean, they had the chance right there. 1 possession game. Unfortunately, maybe some fouls weren't called. But at the end of the day, I mean, still a great showing for Northside.
And a good performance for senior day.
Very deflating, disappointing for all of us here. I mean, hopefully it doesn't ruin the mood too much. I mean, still we're here to honor the seniors and their accomplishments. And Rosie Common missed her first free throw, but I mean, at this point it doesn't really matter.
Too late.
Yeah, I mean,
The ball would be at the other end of the court when the time would have expired anyway.
yeah, I mean, it's very, very unfortunate for Northside here. I mean, kind of makes it. I mean, if it wasn't iced already somehow, it definitely was not.
And Northside will take a timeout.
Yeah,
So
I mean, you gotta think they're at least trying to get one more shot off. Just to, I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, the fans were into it. Obviously, we were into it. Everyone's excited. I mean, it was such a close game. You can't really be too mad. I mean, still a great effort here for the girls.
yeah, I mean, and keep in mind, like Jones are undefeated in conference, so it's
Again, it's a different conference, obviously. I mean, hopefully this isn't a sign to tell for next year. Obviously, Northside will be staying up. Lincoln Park goes down, and Jones will be going up to Northside's conference. So Northside will be seeing a lot more of this team come next year. So it's kind of going to be key to take lessons from here. A lot of Jones players will probably still be back, as well as Northside's. And so it's going to be key for them to kind of just like take notes from this game and still take some positives in terms of maybe figuring out what Jones' strengths are for next year, as well as just kind of taking into the final few games of the season. Just, I mean, some semblance of like, I mean, great hustle, great defensive effort, some things to take away with maybe 1 or 2 games left in the tournament for Northside. Looking ahead, obviously, on the 16th, that's, I believe it's 2 Fridays from now. Not this Friday, but next Friday. Maybe, I don't know. Either way, February 16th, men's basketball senior day versus MCC Academy Morton Grove. That'll be 5 p.m. Ellis and I will probably be back on the mic for that. Yeah, I mean, that's what we're looking forward to, NCP TV. 1 more shot off for the buzzer. And it's no good. Yeah. Still, I mean, it's a great game for Northside. I mean, they put up a fight. Obviously, for senior day, they would have hoped for a different result, but I mean, for what it's worth, I mean, they made this game a lot closer than what it looked like after the first half.
I mean, 14-2 after the first quarter, and they gave up 14 first quarter. After that, only 24 points in the whole game.
And yeah, I mean, as you see fans kind of dwindling out, I mean, it was a good game. I would say that for Northside, I think they have 1 or 2 more games. I think they play Amundsen in the tournament next, away from home. So yeah, I mean, for NCP TV, for Ellis Cordera, Pearson Strankowitz, Alex Korn, Shutik T, Justin Goldberg, Patrick Moran, and Ryan Feeney. With extremely loud music, we say see you next time on the member NCP TV.
Thank you for tuning in. Good night.